So it's really starting with a new website, new ways of actually getting traffic to your website, social networking, my page marketing, podcasting. Now use your existing blog to actually upload your audio and actually develop your initial podcast. Try that out with about 3 different podcasts. Just try and do maybe 1 a week for 3 weeks and see how it goes. See if you're getting new visitors from that, and maybe survey your listeners and ask them, do they find it useful? Would you prefer a longer, shorter podcast? Would you prefer interview format, or would you just prefer advice for 10 minutes or something like that? So remember to survey your email list all the time. They'll provide you with excellent marketing information. Week 25, video marketing. Really, really important for the future. Those 10 video sites kind of massively popular. Make sure you track your video views and track your video traffic, the people actually coming from videos to your website. And then analysis. Week 26, analyze all the internet marketing that you've actually done. Analyze how effective each different area has been, and then actually establish what's going to be your next 26-week plan, because, if you do all that, it'll give you a fantastic source of marketing information as well as a source of website traffic. So you're doing that for the marketing information as well as the website traffic, and the Google Analytics is certainly the way to go in terms of analysis. So that's a summary of phase 4 there, broaden your horizon. But I'd just like to finish with a little bit of a conclusion, the road ahead, and that is the fact that, it's all very well to actually, pick bits from the 26-week plan, but you're not necessarily going to get much back from it if you do that. The reason that you do that is, the 26-week plan's been constructed in a manner that, it will give you a fantastic base for your internet marketing and a base for your marketing research. So you'll really be able to determine knowledgeably what is appropriate for your internet marketing. Because if you just actually think, well, that's probably going to be best for me and that's probably going to be best for me, you're guessing at your internet marketing, but you're also not demonstrating to search engines that growth is natural, that your links are coming from everywhere. So it will benefit you massively in the long term. If you follow the 80-20 rule after everything has been implemented. That is, if you actually analyze your 100 most popular links and then choose your 20 most popular sources of traffic and focus on those areas, but only after you've done the 26-week plan, after you've implemented everything, Kind of focus your future internet marketing strategy, obviously, on those site entrance paths that are the most relevant, that are the most popular, bringing you the most relevant, decent traffic, And it's not just traffic numbers, of course, it's relevant traffic. Analyze the traffic that's giving you the best conversion rates, that's providing you with the best customers in the end, because you might get some social networking sites that maybe give you hundreds of visitors, but perhaps that traffic doesn't convert as well as someone giving you 50-odd visitors a week, So target the visitors that give you the best conversion rates and the best customers for you. Okay, so as I've summarized there, it'll give you a broad base of traffic if you can implement this every week, If you can actually just take the time to start from week 1, it's not quite as difficult as it seems. It's just a case of getting started and just focusing on week 1, doing what you can. And then maybe once you move through the process, you can actually do your outsourcing. You can use your websites like Guru and Rent-A-Coder and Elance to actually, get a lot of it done. So you don't necessarily have to do everything in-house, Kind of worst comes to worst, well, it's not really worst, but at least you can use the 26-week internet marketing plan as a facility to manage another internet marketing firm or search engine optimization firm to do the work in your behalf, So it'll give you a good strategic overview of what you could potentially do, and you can sit down with someone else and say, right, I'd like to achieve this, But I certainly encourage businesses to manage things themselves in-house, not necessarily do the work themselves, but at least manage the strategic process. So there we go. That's the 26-week internet marketing plan. Does anyone have any thoughts on the last 6 weeks at all? Broaden your horizon. Any last questions on that?
You talked about adding new websites, web pages.
Uh-huh.
Before you talked about not having too many different pages because of the search engine optimization and them thinking they were being tricked. And if you've got lots of different sites in that respect, will that not affect that?
The only problem with structuring your website and having lots of different domains is when you actually link to lots of different domains within the same website. If you have like .de and .co.uk domains and you're interlinking all through the same site between the different domains. If, however, you have lots of maybe single-page websites and they're all either pointing towards your main website or they all have opt-in boxes and your main website isn't pointing to the small websites, you have a structure of the small website pointing to your big website and just the one way, then that's fine and you won't be penalised for that. But you'll only be penalised potentially if you do interlink an awful lot between domains, because search engines might think, well, you're artificially trying to gain links between your different URLs.
But would you not want to do that? And presumably you would.
Search engines may potentially think that you're artificially building links between domain names that you own yourself, Otherwise, lots of companies, with money would just buy thousands of domains, link them all to each other and say, look, we've got lots of links to each domains and play the search engine game. So that's why search engines just look for one good authority site with lots of good natural links inbound to that site, and you're not necessarily linking out to lots of places. Or if you are linking out to places, it's not just to the same site. That's one of the reasons why reciprocal linking is not quite so good as one-way linking. There's a lot of information there, but don't let it scare you that there's so much there. Please, just really start off with week one, and just think about that to begin with, and then move on. Just try and do it chunk by chunk, and if you do that, it's not quite as bad as it looks.
How much resource would you expect any typical kind of medium-sized organisation to dedicate to this? I appreciate that there's a lot you can outsource, but it would seem to me that this probably needs a person in-house just thinking about what you're doing in your online marketing activities.
I sincerely believe that it's possible for one person in-house on 1 day a week to run through the plan if they're doing outsourcing themselves, because it'll be a learning process over the first couple of months or so. But that's what the first eight or 9 weeks are for. It's actually a lot easier because you're just implementing one thing each week. You're becoming more and more comfortable with internet marketing as you move on through the weeks. So if you do diligently focus 1 day a week to begin with, business strategy, it's just a case of 1 day a week, just making sure, okay, what's our strategy about? Let's research our competitors. Let's think about the thesaurus.com. Let's get all this categories right on our website. Okay, let's agree on our structure to begin with. So that's week one. Week two, the keyword research. So it's, hopefully you can see that it's certainly possible to do these phases, in 1 day a week, for the first couple of months or so. But the knowledge that's built up during that spell, will make it more comfortable for people to be able to manage the process as time goes by. And what you can actually do is, once you get to, say, week 10 blog communities there, then you're actually getting to the stage of, okay, right, what we're going to have to do is learn how to outsource properly here as well and build relationships with people. And you'll actually build relationships with people on an ongoing basis. And, by the time, week 12 comes, you'll maybe have 1 or 2 people that you could potentially trust to, leave the blog communities to and just not worry about that at all. So you don't have to worry about that at all. You could potentially, outsource press releases, for a little bit more. And it's just a case of building relationships on an outsourced basis with people that you trust, And if you can do that, then 1 day a week should do it.